Muscles in, muscles in, muscles in.
Last time on MasterChef Canada, back to win.
Switch!
A seafood tag team challenge was smooth sailing for some.
We got this, we got this, we got this. Yes, yes, yes.
But others were lost at sea.
I don't want to kick you when you're down.
We're down.
Then, a battle of titans.
Woo.
Oh, this is crazy.
Jeremy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Jeremy, we are as shocked as you are that you're leaving us tonight.
Brought a stunning end to Jeremy's journey. Tonight,
Oh shit.
the top 5 host a decadent dinner party.
It's less of a dinner party and more like a slaughterhouse.
But as the pressure mounts,
Something's gone wrong.
This is horrible.
it's almost too much to bear.
What is going on? Are you okay? Concentrate on your breathing.
What is going on?
Oh my God.
Wow. I walk in the kitchen and there's some fancy things going on, but I have to worry a little bit because I'm not the most fanciest of fancies.
I wish I was eating at that table.
To see Jeremy go, you realize that this is anybody's game. Every single cook left is phenomenal, but all 4 of them are standing in my way, so it's not gonna be easy to get past these people.
They're looking fancier today.
Welcome, Top 5, to a very special evening in the MasterChef Canada kitchen.
Since your first season, you have all become part of the culinary industry. You've cooked in professional kitchens, catered events, conducted cooking classes. Some of you have even opened your own restaurants.
But it wasn't that long ago that you were like any other home cook, craving that chance to show off your skills in the only venue you had, your dining room. Your best opportunity to showcase your skills was a dinner party at home.
Yeah.
Christopher,
Yes, chef.
have you held a lot of dinner parties?
Yeah, I used to hold dinner parties when I was an undergrad. I would invite my friends over from school, and I would try to make a variety of dishes to impress my fellow classmates.
They were your guinea pigs, were they?
Partially.
Andy,
Chef,
I hear the kitchen party is everything out east.
That's true. That's how I fell in love with serving people. It's how I show my family I love them, and there's no rules when cooking for a dinner party.
Just one rule, it's gotta be delicious.
That's right.
May, do you enjoy hosting dinner parties, entertaining people?
I do, yeah, because I get to drink lots of cocktails.
That's a trick, right?
That's right.
Andrew, you have a restaurant, but do you enjoy throwing dinner parties at home?
absolutely, chef. Feeding people is cultural for me. Bringing people together is one of my favorite things.
Thea?
I love dinner parties. It's the time where I do all my recipe development and try something new and feed the friends, and they give me feedback.
I'm sure they're not as hard on you as we are.
Absolutely not, chef.
You're not home cooks any longer. And the dinner party is no longer the greatest test of your creativity and skill. Or so you thought. Because tonight, you'll be hosting a dinner party right here in this kitchen.
Cool. Very cool.
It will be the most important dinner party of your lives.
Your guests tonight will be 8 culinary insiders with very discerning palates. And I know for a fact they're expecting a lot.
Great. I am 100% a dinner party girl. I love making people feel happy, but I am super nervous.
Tonight, you'll be working together and against each other.
Man.
Even mean. As a group, you'll plan a 5-course tasting menu, but each of you will be responsible for making only one of the courses. But that's no excuse to go rogue. Each course must function as a perfect part of a perfect whole. One leg of a beautiful, cohesive journey.
At the end of the meal, the guests will rank your dishes from best to worst. So each of you must walk the perfect line between standing out and fitting in.
You will have 15 minutes to plan your 5-course tasting menu as a group. And that will include the order in which each dish will be served.
Then you'll have 1 hour to create your dish, and you'll need to produce 8 plates, 1 for each guest.
Are you ready?
Yes, Chef!
Your time starts now.
I'm looking in the pantry, and there's so many incredible ingredients in there. There's a lot of options, so we just need to make sure that it's got wow factor.
All 5 of us are coming together to create a tasting menu, and we all have such different cooking styles. So how is this going to come together?
Okay, guys,
Tips on a dumpling, please.
I wanted to do a ravioli doppi, a double stuffed pasta on each side.
Before we get into the individual stuff,
Yeah.
what's like our theme? Is it like international?
How about we go Italian, but then fusion Italian?
Fusion
It'll be
Italian,
easy. Because
that would
I
be
would
kinda
love
fun.
to do a seafood dumpling as the second course.
Do you feel like 2 stuffed pastas, though, is going to be too much?
Can you do a hand-rolled pasta instead?
I really am standing firm on what I
Same.
want.
I
and
really
so
wanna do
you guys
my-
have to vote.
Right out of the gates, both Thea and May want to do a stuffed pasta, and they're digging their heels in.
Mine's like an appetizer course,
That's
and I'm
what
doing
mine was gonna
seafood.
do.
Can you make it into the main?
But that would be 2 stuffed pastas. I don't think that's a good idea.
I really want to do a seafood dumpling. I have the whole thing
so you
planned
guys
out
vote
already.
because it's 3.
The idea that Thea and May both want to do stuffed pastas and aren't willing to compromise is bothersome for me. I think it'll definitely hurt us as a team.
We have to obviously make sure that we work as a team, but at the end of the day, one of us is going to be top and one of us is going to be bottom.
But can I explain my dish to you? So I'm doing a seafood and shrimp, and then it's going to be a miso broth, like a thick
Okay, but we
broth.
didn't decide if we're doing yours or mine, and that's the thing.
Thea, I'm not backing down, no.
Both Thea and May want to do a stuffed pasta, and they're digging their heels in.
We're gonna have to figure something out.
rock, paper, scissors.
I think we can do 2 starches. Hers is meat, mine's seafood. They're completely different.
Perfect.
Let's just do it.
Just do them both.
Do them both.
Okay.
That's great.
There's a little bit of headbutting going on, and we're on a team of sorts, so I'll take whatever course nobody wants. Is salad first course, or are we going second salad?
Just do salad first.
Salad first?
Salad first.
I'm gonna go with salad just because I think we need lightness based on what I'm hearing.
Yeah. There's a lot of starch going on.
So who's on second
I'll do
course?
second.
Okay.
Okay, May.
Seafood.
I was thinking of going potatoes with the patatas bravas with octopus.
Third course is patatas bravas with octopus. Fourth course is
It's like a ravioli doppi, so basically 2 ravioli folded together. I gotta make sure I get the short ribs done, otherwise.
Nobody's arguing with me for dessert, though, right?
No, you can have
No, we
dessert.
can do dessert.
Thank you. I'm going to be doing chocolate mousse that's filled with a caramel in the center and dipped in a hazelnut coating. And the ice cream I'll be pairing with it is going to be a truffle egg yolk.
Okay. Definitely gonna need quite a few of these.
Seafood stock. I think it's okay to have 2 pasta dishes because they are not at all similar. We're doing different shapes, we're doing different fillings, we're doing different flavor profiles.
This is an absolutely fascinating challenge here because these cooks need to work together, but also need to stand out individually.
And yet the complete menu has to shine as one cohesive experience. It's gotta be exciting.
Used one of these in ages.
Remember, this is not an ordinary dinner party. They're cooking for 8 very distinct guests with a lot of expectation.
They only have 1 hour to produce those 8 plates. It's a huge tall order.
Oh my God. It's a lot. Okay.
Come on, come on, come on.
Thanks.
course I'm making is the first course. We're actually doing a salad course. I have probably the hardest job because mine's the easiest. I'm making a caprese salad with a pine nut piccata, balsamic reduction, and iberico ham. I'm doing tomatoes 2 ways. One way I'm gonna smoke and roast in garlic oil, and the other way is just fresh so that it's perfectly balanced. I have to pull out a lot of technique to pull this salad off. Otherwise, it's gonna be flat and overly simple. Let's do Old Faithful here.
Don't care what it looks like, it's gonna be chopped up.
This is messy. Cut these into chunks. I'm doing the 4th course, and I'm making a ravioli doppi, which is a double stuffed pasta. I need to get my skirt steak braising in a pressure cooker right away because I need to cook that down.
Skirt steak takes time to cook. Why would you, with only an hour, create another obstacle for yourself?
It's fine. I'm already off the start feeling super overwhelmed with how much stuff I need to do. I'm like really worried about time. Come on. Thank you. That sucker needs to go as high as freaking possible.
Since we're doing a bit of an Italian theme, I'm going to be doing a hazelnut chocolate mousse filled with caramel, and I'm going to be pairing it with a vanilla bean truffle and yolk ice cream. I'm going to have to really push today if I want to get everything done on time. First thing I do is start working on my ice cream, because my ice cream is going to take the longest.
Christopher, surprise, surprise, he's doing dessert. Who would have guessed? Obviously, he's a dessert king, so our expectation from him is going to be a lot greater.
But they all know that he is extraordinary when it comes to pastry, so in my mind, they have given him basically a free pass to win. It's a huge advantage.
Eight people, that's gonna be way more than enough. All right.
Andy,
Chef.
what are you doing?
So I'm lucky to have the best friends in the world. There was a group of 6 of us that traveled to Spain, and one of the best dishes that we had over there was patatas bravas. You have it everywhere. So I've got some mini potatoes here that I'm going to confit in some duck fat. I've got octopus in the pressure cooker that I'm gonna slice very thin. And then I've got a very rich paprika tomato sauce.
Isn't this supposed to be an Italian-themed menu?
So I'm using more Italian-style ingredients, but coming from like a Spanish mindset. Try to embrace my friends here.
Patatas bravas is heavy, not a very light dish. Make sure that these bravas are light, ethereal.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a very heavy menu.
I agree, Chef. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, Chef.
Yolk pasta is so stiff. Holy hell, I'm making a mess. Oh, that's you smoking. I was worried it was my pressure cooker. I was panicked.
I'm working on the second course. I'm gonna be making a stuffed seafood dumpling. This is my first savory dumpling dish here, so this is how I make my money. Thea's already had a chance to make a stuffed pasta in the vegan challenge, but I haven't had a chance to showcase a savory stuffed dumpling pasta yet, and I really want this opportunity to do so.
Okay, just about there.
Something's burning. What is that?
Oh, shit. Damn.
What is going on here?
She's having problems with her pressure cooker.
Why?
Something's gone wrong.
Oh my God. My pressure cooker is spouting out everywhere, like all over the kitchen. This is such a mess. It's soaked everywhere. I'm in chaos. Everything that I touch is going wrong. Why did I do this to myself?
This is horrible.
A bad choice just gotten worse.
Pressure cooker is going bananas. It's causing this huge mess all over my station. Why did I do this to myself? Why?
You okay, Thea?
Yeah. I know my meat is okay, but I need to clean this up. I need to keep going. It's a nightmare.
Don't lose focus, Thea. You got this. You got this.
It's a total mess.
So Thea has abandoned the pressure cooker, but skirt steak's best friend is a pressure cooker when you only have 60 minutes.
Oh, it's nice and tender. Oh, I'm just gonna chop it up then.
You know, Thea's off to a bit of a bad start, but we've seen her pull things together many times before. So hopefully she'll be able to get things back on track.
30 minutes! You have 30 minutes left.
Okay, that's going. The pressure is insane.
I'm just kind of being really rough with these spot prawns. I don't care that they're ripped because they're gonna be chopped up into my filling anyways. And I wanna take the shells and roast them off to develop more flavor before I throw them into my stock. One more spot prawn.
Hi there, mate.
Hi, Chef Michael.
What are you working on?
I'm gonna be doing a stuffed seafood dumpling. Now I'm currently making a seafood stock. That's gonna be the base for my broth.
Interesting. So it sounds like you and Thea are doing stuffed pastas.
Yeah, I guess so.
Was there any concerns between you and Thea or the rest of the cooks about having 2 pasta dishes?
There was concern at first, but mine's seafood and hers is meat-based, so I feel like there's difference enough in that.
Sounds like there are some differences, but it could be a case of the 2 dueling pasta makers right here.
Hopefully not.
I look forward to seeing how it all turns out on a plate.
Thank you very much, Chef.
Thank you.
Stay calm. Stay calm, stay calm, stay calm.
I'm working on my chocolate pastry next because that has to freeze solid before I'm able to dip it in the hazelnut chocolate coating. So I need to get that into the freezer right away.
Christopher,
Chef Alvin.
let me guess. You're doing dessert.
Absolutely. I think all my teammates trust me to do it.
Obviously, there'll be a high expectation. You're supposed to be the sweet king.
Absolutely, Chef.
What are you doing?
I've decided to stick with the Italian theme and go with the hazelnut chocolate mousse, and I'm going to be pairing it today with a savory truffle ice cream.
Truffle in desserts, have you ever done it before?
Yes, truffles and chocolates goes really well together, and because today we're doing an Italian challenge, I thought this would be the perfect dessert.
Sounds tough. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you, Chef. This dish is really innovative. Truffles are very rarely seen in desserts. Because they have such an earthy, rich umami flavor, I think compared to the other cooks, I'm really pushing the boundaries and upping the ante.
Beautiful. We got the octopus done there.
Andy is preparing patatas bravas. He has the third course.
Patatas bravas is a Spanish-inspired dish and often served as a little tapas. It's not really an element that you would serve in a sophisticated tasting menu.
Okay.
I know that the approach that I'm taking within this tasting menu is gonna stand out. It's an Italian tasting menu and I'm going with a Spanish dish. But this dish is me. I zig when others zag. I love just being a little bit different. So I wanna go the full way. I'm gonna pack this full of flavors, tons of citrus, tons of textural elements, just to stand out as much as I can.
Oh my God.
You know who's really managing their time incredibly well right now is Andrew. Every step he makes is really calculated. It's really amazing to watch.
My whole goal is trying to create dynamic flavor and texture in this very simple dish. So I take a Iberico ham and put it into a muffin tin so that I can shape it, and I dehydrate it in the oven. So it's gonna be flaky and crispy.
All right. 15 minutes! You only have 15 minutes left. 8 plates, 5 courses, and it better be good.
Okay, let's see. Let's pray.
Not that great on time right now. I really want to change people's perception of what a dumpling can be. You can make these really elegant and really beautiful.
I'm really taking it to the next level using a unique flavor combination that I've only tried once. Okay, come on.
Okay, it's a little thick. Oh my God, this one still feels a little thick.
Thea right now is cutting it really close. She may be cooking herself out of this competition.
Stay calm, stay calm.
She just needs to bear in mind she has the 4th course. Maybe just 3 agnolotti or even 2 per person with some other kind of garnish would be sufficient.
Oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done. I'm trying to stay strong. I'm not feeling very good. I'm trying to take breaths, but I'm breathing really heavily, and I'm realizing that I'm pushing myself really far, and I am just trying to plow through it because I don't want to not have anything on the plate. When I said I wanted to be pushed, I didn't think I would be pushed this far. Medic, I realize I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna faint. And I immediately just fall to the ground.
Oh no.
I can't.
What is going on? Thea, are you okay? Concentrate on your breathing.
Thea, she is just crumbling right now, and I'm just so worried for her, and I hope she's okay.
Oh my God.
That's all that's happening. Thea, are you okay? Concentrate on your breathing.
I'm down on the ground, and all I can think about is I want to finish this dish. I want to finish the cook.
You're so close right now. Don't give up.
I'm a fighter, and I never want to give up. Eventually, I'm able to stand and feeling better, and I just want to get in there and do the best I can.
Welcome back, Thea.
Thank you.
Thea's got the all clear from the medic, and she's back at her station.
You do it, Thea.
Thanks, May. It's not gonna be what I wanted, but hopefully I'll get something.
Thea has incredibly strong character. Muscling through and going back and cooking, it's absolutely incredible.
So that was unfortunate, but you know, the pressure in this competition is so intense that I think at times it can really get into your head, and that's what happened with Thea. It's good to see that she's back now. She looks like she's strong and refocused.
5 minutes! 5 more minutes to go. 5 courses.
There's one common denominator amongst these cooks. None of them will give up. They keep pushing themselves.
I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Won't be perfect, but it'll be done.
Right down to the last 5. Oh, let me check my crumble. Oh my gosh.
I am just trying to plow through it because I don't want to not have anything on the plate.
1 minute. 1 more minute left.
Let's go. Come on.
60 seconds. You can do it, Thea. Come on, Thea. Get it in.
My hands are so shaky.
Everything's going according to plan. The colors on the plate are bright. I'm making this dish a showstopper. I'm using gold flake, and I'm not being shy with it. I want to transport all of the guests to a 3-star Michelin restaurant.
30 seconds. You have 30 seconds left. Come on. We want beautiful plates full of details. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
I'm very proud that I have something on the plate. I'm very proud that I didn't give up, and I am just super excited for our special guests to try out this dish.
Would you all please join us at the front? It's clear to us you put your heart and soul into tonight's meal.
Your guests will no doubt appreciate your efforts. But I suppose you could just ask them yourselves, because they're here. No, not back there. Right here.
The 8 culinary VIPs are the 3 of us and the 5 of you.
Very cool.
The special guests are us.
It's a precedent setting first in the MasterChef Canada kitchen. You'll be judging and being judged all at the same time.
Interesting.
Easy on me, guys.
You are taking over our job tonight. We just get to sit back and enjoy the food.
At the end of the meal, each of you will be asked to rank each course, from best to worst, all except your own. That will determine the results. I don't want to offend anyone, but you're not exactly looking dinner party ready. So why don't you take a few moments and change into something worthy of this special occasion?
Yes, chef.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
That's very cool.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Chef.
I hope you've come back armed with an appetite.
Andrew, I believe you're responsible for the first course,
Chef.
so you'll have a few moments to touch up your plates and bring them to the table. Everyone else, please take your seats.
I'm super stoked to be able to dine with the judges after so much stress and being judged by them. But I have to make an amazing first impression because I'm the first of 5. And they're probably going to forget me if I don't make an impact.
Let's enhance this fine dining experience with some premium San Pellegrino sparkling mineral water. Bon appetit, everyone.
Bon appetit.
Cheers.
Andrew, tell us what you're serving us tonight.
Chef, in the theme of Italian-inspired dinner, what better choice than a take on a Caprese salad with burrata, Iberico ham, some smoked tomato, there's balsamic reduction, caramelized fennel, and rye toast. I like the subtlety of a starter dish, not being too crazy. We're not trying to wow you, we're trying to enter into the meal. So that was what I wanted to do.
Interesting.
Serving food to my fellow competitors is exposing because they get to see what my flavors taste like, and vice versa. So it's good and bad.
Thea, what are your first impressions of Andrew's dish?
I think it looks beautiful. I enjoyed all the textures. There's crunch, there's creaminess. I thought it was pretty well-rounded.
Thank you.
I also really enjoyed the textures, that smooth burrata, and then getting the crunch from the crostini and the Iberico ham. He did say he smoked the tomato, but I wasn't getting any smoke from the tomato at all. Tasting Andrew's dish, I just feel like I've had these flavors before. There's nothing truly unique or special about the salad.
That smoke, I would have just left it out because it's very difficult to smoke with tomatoes.
Yeah.
I didn't get enough of the basil notes, which I think is really classic in a caprese salad. But that might have been the only thing I would have maybe emphasized a little bit heavier.
I agree with the comment around basil and maybe like more acidity from a citrus just to brighten it up a little bit, but overall, great play and texture.
Thank you. Because we have to judge each other's dishes and we're competing against each other, the food is gonna matter less than I want it to, and people are gonna start playing strategy games.
I agree that more basil would have been absolutely beautiful, but also a little finishing salt on that burrata just to give that zing to it. That's all it needed in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what you said, though, Andrew, about wanting to be subtle. I think the first dish needs to come out swinging. It needs to have a big, bold impression. I would have added a basil pesto, something with a little more punch to it, a little bit of chili in it. Overall, though, I think the dish is really smart.
Thank you.
May, I believe you're responsible for the next course.
I am. I haven't had a chance to express myself with savory dumplings yet, and I really hope that they see that this dish is unique. I always like to put my own spin on things. I'm very sorry for the messy plates.
Thank you. Looks amazing, really.
May, please describe your dish.
So I made a lobster and spot prawn cappelletti. I also made a seafood stock out of the lobster shells and the shrimp shells. And then I made a chili oil with prawn heads. And then I just finished it off with a touch of miso and a touch of yuzu in there for some flavor complexities.
It smells really good.
Thanks, Thea.
Andrew, does it taste as good as it looks?
I think it's wonderful. It does look great. I like the broth. I like the play on Italian, but using some of these Asian components. I would say maybe just use either shrimp or lobster, not both.
I do agree with Andrew. I think either spot prawns or lobster, maybe just lobster in this case would have been better, especially with the spot prawns cooked texture can become a little bit mushy sometimes because of its delicate nature.
Beautiful presentation as always, May. I like all the flavors. The yuzu is really surprising. The broth is delicious. Texturally, I would have liked a little bit more like chunks of lobster in there. I like that bite.
I actually agree for the most part, most of the critiques about my dish.
It's a very strong dish, May. You got some very strong components in there. Broth is beautiful. You should not have used the two to do filling. Spot prawn, I would never try to overcook it because it gets very mushy. Other than that, not enough caviar, but that's me, Rich Alvin.
I enjoyed the dish immensely. The flavors, the taste, the texture. I do share Alvin's comments. I'd like a little more caviar on it.
I think, May, you keep surprising us with your level of skill. The pasta is perfectly rolled. With regards to the spot prawns, I would have just laid those on top of the pasta and then draped a little bit of the hot chili oil on top of them and lightly cooked them. Just kind of kissed them with the oil, and you would have a masterpiece.
Thank you, Chef.
Andy, we're ready for our third course.
Wonderful.
And that's you.
Be right back.
I hate confrontation, and this is so stressful. I know what's coming. Gloves are gonna be off. If you made a mistake, people are definitely gonna let you know.
Oh, my.
Chefs, hope you enjoy.
This is not a dinner party to me. This is an exam, and that just makes my skin crawl.
Chef, today I made a play on patatas bravas with confit crispy potatoes, garlic and lemon aioli on bottom, some sliced in octopus, radish, a little bit of manchego, and then bartuga. I think I missed the Italian a little bit here, but this is where my brain went. So lots of components, lots of different flavors, very much a Andy dish here.
Christopher, what do you think of Andy's dish?
Well, I really like his play on the patatas bravas here. Those potatoes are nice and crispy. I really like that combination of that garlic aioli with that beautiful paprika and tomato sauce. The cook time on the octopus could be a little bit longer. I did find it a little bit chewy, and the radicchio garnish as well added a bitterness, but not enough freshness to the dish, and this dish is very rich.
Yeah.
I do agree with Chris that my octopus was a little bit tough. I loved all the textures and how they combined together, but not the octopus. And he did take a little detour away from Italy.
I think I probably would have added just a little bit more citrus because it is kind of heavy, and I like things a bit salty, so maybe just a tiny bit more salt.
Yeah,
but other than that, I think it's great. It's tasty.
Thank you.
Patatas bravas, obviously not Italian, but for me, I would have liked one of the octopus tentacles whole so that it presented it nicely, and then you know that that's the star as opposed to like a garnish. Otherwise, not bad.
Sure, there was a couple missteps, but I think that this dish represents who I am.
What I'm getting from this dish, for me, is your attitude. I think the dish is very bold. There's a little rebel inside of this dish. I wish that it would have had a little more refinement. I think you should have cut the potatoes differently. The octopus should have been one whole tentacle coming off, grilled and charred.
Andy, I like the dish a lot. It's got great flavor. The octopus, I agree, if it were cut a little bigger, a greater presence to it, and maybe just a touch more botarga.
Yeah.
But a nice, flavorful, well-rounded dish.
I'm not bothered at all by the detour. I think as long as it's a very tasty dish, I don't care where it comes from. But overall, you know, I like the dish because I think it complements May's dish, because her dish was more delicate and your dish was more rustic. They're very different in texture, but this is what a tasting menu means, complementing each other.
Perfect. Thank you, Chef.
Thea, you're up next for the 4th course.
Oh my gosh, I am so nervous about them trying my dish because of time and just everything that happened today. I was just lucky to get something on the plate. I feel so bad. Sorry, guys.
No, it looks beautiful.
I am super nervous. So today I have a ravioli doppi, 2 raviolis together. One side has Nduja sausage with some braised skirt steak, and the other side has lemon ricotta. And then it was supposed to be with a reduction that got burnt, so I just did a quick beef reduction with that.
May, tell us your thoughts on Thea's dish.
It was a small bite, but I enjoyed it. The spiciness of the nduja was really nicely countered by the lemon ricotta, and the broth that's currently in here, I got a deep, rich beef flavor.
The presentation I actually really liked. I thought it was really beautiful. The ricotta was lovely. I found the sausage a little bit overpowering and a little bit salty for me.
There's some valid points, but I also feel like there's some not so valid points.
Christopher, how do you feel about having another pasta at this point of the menu?
I think our menu could have been planned a little bit better. We have had a lot of starchy courses coming up to this point.
May, in retrospect, do you wish that you'd been a little more flexible, maybe?
I think neither of us really wanted to relent. We just had that idea in our head. A protein really should have been a 4th course for sure.
From the total menu planning standpoint, I feel like we let down what our original concept was. However, I think the fact that there's even a dish in front of us is a testament to her strength as a cook and her never give up attitude, and that's incredibly admirable. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I have to agree with Andrew. I think the dish itself is really strong. The pasta is perfectly rolled out. The broth, I think it's rich and intense, maybe a bit too salty, but overall, there's nothing wrong with this dish.
Thank you.
Thea, you know, I really like the dish. And I'm not overcompensating because what happened. I think that in terms of presentation for a tasting menu, it's probably the most appropriate. It's pretty, it's simple, and it gets to the point. The fill, unfortunately, let you down a bit. I would not have picked skirt steak because it's very tough, it's very dry.
I tell you, it's a nice little dish. I think you could have had a little bit more of that braised beef in the bottom of that broth.
Yeah.
It came down to time and the challenges that you faced today.
Thank you.
Christopher, I believe you're responsible for our final course.
This is incredibly stressful, getting judged by my fellow cooks and 3 extremely distinguished judges. It's less of a dinner party and more like a slaughterhouse. Today's dessert is a truffle vanilla bean ice cream. Underneath is a bit of a pistachio powder. You have the chocolate mini pastry, which is filled with a chocolate mousse and a liquid caramel center and dipped in a hazelnut chocolate coating. And then finally on the base, you have a lemon calamansi gel for some acidity.
I love truffles and adding savory into a dessert, but like truffle ice cream and chocolate bar are things you wouldn't usually put together.
Whoa.
You're a very strange man.
I've never tasted anything like that in my life.
Andy, what do you think?
I think my brain's trying to catch up to what I just ate. The truffle ice cream, when I first ate it, I didn't think I liked it, and then I started really liking it the more that I ate. It's so fun.
None of the flavors really worked for me. I really enjoyed the chocolate mousse and the caramel, but then you go over to the truffle ice cream and it's just punching you in the face with truffle. And then I get the acidity from the calamansi. I don't know, it kind of doesn't make sense to me right now.
It was really rich and delicious. I am in agreement with May, though it feels kind of like two different things on a plate. And when you eat them all together, it's a little confusing. But I can check off the list that I've had truffle ice cream.
I feel like I want to spend a minute in Christopher's brain. I think he's a mad scientist in the best way. The truffle is extremely interesting, which is something you wouldn't expect in a dessert. It was creamy, the texture was amazing in the ice cream.
If I had known that it was my fellow cooks who will be doing the tasting, I would have dumbed down the flavors a little bit and made it a little bit more comforting, not so polarizing for my fellow cooks.
Christopher, I gotta tell you, when I tried the truffle ice cream, it just sucker punched me. And I loved it. I thought that it was bold. It reminded me a lot of the way I cook. I want my food to stand out. I think you did the same thing. Your food really pops.
I think if you'd taken the truffle, infused it into the chocolate, where they two would work together so much more in a subtle way, and then have the ice cream as a foil to round things out, heaven.
Chefs sometimes have to challenge people. If you're confident, then stick with it. You gotta have that strength there. I don't think you should change it at all.
Thank you, Chef. It's time to move to the final stage, voting.
At your stations, you will find a ballot. You must rank the courses from best to worst. Now, please go to your stations.
I don't know about everybody else and how they're voting, but I'm voting based on the food and exactly what I think.
There's a lot at play here. We are down to the final 5. Christopher's dish was polarizing. He is so unbelievably talented, and if I have any shot of sneaking my way into the finale, I need to get Chris out of here today.
I voted Thea for #1 because it was my favorite bite of food of the day. And I voted Andrew last because he went with such a basic idea and there wasn't high-level execution there, in my opinion.
I'm surprised by this.
Really surprised.
I didn't expect this.
Definitely.
Wow.
I voted Andrew as best dish. He had the most complex dish, and I gave Thea the worst dish of the night because I just felt her dish had the worst concept and also the worst execution. But given what had happened to her, it's understandable.
The worst? Really?
Wow. We have a very tight race here.
I voted strategically May first because we're both strong women and we need to stick together. And then Chris was last. He should never make that ice cream again.
All right, let's go break the news, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
Top 5. We have the results of your voting, and they are very interesting.
4 of you earned first place votes from at least one of your competitors. And 4 different cooks were ranked last on at least one ballot. So there was definitely not a consensus.
The results might reflect a range of factors: taste, presentation, technique, and strategy. We gave you the power, and you decided how to use it. The cook that you chose as the best of the night is... May.
Oh my God. Thank you, guys. It means so much to be voted as the best dish of the night because this is coming from my fellow competitors. It means they ate and liked my dish. I was not expecting that.
Congratulations, May. You'll be getting a big advantage in next week's challenge.
Thank you very much.
The next 2 places, according to your ballots, go to Andrew in 2nd, and in 3rd place, Thea.
Well done.
Thank you.
Work, guys.
Good job, guys.
I'm pretty excited that I placed 2nd because I had the salad course, which may be considered the hardest.
I feel really good about being 3rd, but if I was able to do the dish exactly how I wanted it to, I probably would have taken that #1 spot.
That means the dish voted worst belongs to either Andy or Christopher. Can the two of you please stand forward?
Andy, do you think that you and Christopher deserve to be in the bottom? Or is this the result of some strategic voting?
I know, I certainly voted using strategy.
Christopher, what do you think?
No, I voted truthfully. I think the taste of my dessert was probably a little too adventurous for my other cooks.
Tonight, we are only the messengers. The last place dish belongs to... Christopher.
Andy, you can join the others.
Christopher, I can't speak for your competitors or the choices that they've made, but you know you created a dessert that, while excellent, was challenging to some of your diners.
Regardless of the reason for their choice, you will not be going home today.
At this stage of the competition, the only people with the power to send someone home are the three of us. However, you will have a disadvantage in next week's challenge.
So, Christopher, you live to cook another day.
Thanks, Chef.
Take full advantage of this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Now go get some rest. You're gonna need it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thanks, chefs.
I'm super relieved that I'm not going home today, but it was a really close call. It's not gonna stop me. I'm still gonna bring my A game and do whatever it takes to stay in this competition because I'm back to win.
I'm not at the total bottom here, but I'm still not doing great. This has been a fight this entire season, and the fight continues.
Next time on MasterChef Canada Back to Win.
Hi, guys!
The top 5 are in for a sweet surprise.
Hello!
As Season 3 champion Mary Berg returns for a dessert challenge of staggering proportions.
Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I am genuinely worried that I'm gonna be going home today.